Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Hope you all will be in good health. Here is your English teacher, Ma'am Bushra. So let's start our today's class. Open your Oxford Progressive English. Open page number 9. Page number 9. On page number 9, here is an non-fiction. Non-fiction are those stories which are real, which are factual, which are not fake or imaginary. Okay, fictions are those which are imaginary, which are fake, but non-fiction are those stories which are factual and which are real. So it is a factual story. The writer of the following text was an English vet who worked in the teak forest of Burma, Myanmar in the 1930s. In the 1930s, there was a vet. Vet is the doctor of animals. Okay, vet is the doctor of animals. So, a veterinarian, a vet doctor, he worked in the teak forest of Burma. Teak is a type of wood. So, in teak forest, which is situated in Burma, he worked in 1930s. He looked after the elephants which worked in the teak forest, as did she-dog in the previous story. In the previous story, we have read about she-dog, and he also worked she-dog in the teak forest. So same, this doctor, this animal's doctor, the vet, he looked after the elephants which work in the teak forest. Because of his work with the elephants, he was known as Elephant Bill. This English vet was known by the name Elephant Bill because he worked with elephants. In the text, he describes his experience with a she-elephant called Markio, which he had previously treated for wounds inflicted on her back by a tiger. These three lines, they give a kind of summary of the text given below, that in this text, the vet is sharing his experience with the she-elephant, that how she treated her, how he treated her wounds, and the name of that she-elephant is Macau. First paragraph. I know without question that an elephant can be grateful for relief given to it from pain and sickness. The writer, that English vet, he's saying that I know that when we give relief to an animal, to an elephant, that elephant is always grateful, is always thankful for that. If you give an elephant relief from the pain and from the sickness, that elephant will always be grateful to you, that elephant will always be thankful to you. For example, I remember one elephant, Macau, she had fearful lacerations on the barrel of her back from tiger claws, and I treated her for them every day for 3 weeks. The vet is saying that there was an elephant by name Macau, and she had fearful lacerations on the barrel of her back. Laceration means open wounds. Okay, when the wounds are open, so we call it lacerations. So that elephant was having lacerations on her back from tiger claws, and I treated her for them every day for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, every day, the vet treated her. In the early stages, she suffered great pain, but although she made a lot of fuss, rather as an 8-year-old child might have done, she always gave way because I was determined, and she let me go on. The vet is saying that in the early stages when there was laceration on her back, when I treated her, she was suffering from great pain, because when the wounds are open and we treat those wounds, we suffer a lot. Okay, we suffer from great pain. So the elephant was suffering from pain, but the doctor was so kind and he was doing it so affectionately that the elephant does not create any mess. The elephant didn't create noise. First means noise. She didn't create noise. In fact, she let the vet to go on. Okay? She let the vet to go on. She does not create fuss like an 8-year-old child. When she was sufficiently healed, I sent her back to camp under a reliable Burman with instructions that she was to be given light dressing of fly repellent on the wounds. The vet said that when the injury was healed, when it was recovered, he sent the elephant with a Burman. Burman, those people who live in Burma, we call them Burman. So he led that elephant with the Burman to the camp, and he gave some instructions to that Burman that you have to put or to give dressing, light dressing on the wounds. So this was the first paragraph. In the second paragraph we have, I didn't see her again for 2 months. I was having a cup of tea in camp outside my tent while 7 elephants were being washed in the creek nearby and ready for me to inspect them. The vet is saying in the next para that I didn't see her for 2 months. For 2 months, he didn't see Mikhail, but after 2 months, one day, when the animal's doctor was taking a cup of tea in camp, he saw that 7 elephants were being washed in the creek. Creek means stream, okay? Creek means stream. So there were 7 elephants and they were being washed in the stream, and then they were brought to the vet for inspection. The last animal to come out of the creek and to return to camp to dry off before inspection was Mikhail. The last of those 7 elephants was Mikhail. Okay, he was dried off after taking bath and after being washed in the creek. He was dried off and then he was sent to the vet for inspection. As she passed me about 50 yards away, with her rider on foot following her at her heel, I called out more in order to greet him and show that I recognized him than because of any interest in the animal, which I was anyhow going to inspect in less than an hour's time. How is Mikhail's back? The vet is saying that I greet the rider of the elephant, okay, the owner of that elephant, the rider of elephant, I greet him. I was not having interest in the other animals which he was going to inspect later on in a time of 1 hour, but he's saying that I just greet the rider and I asked him that how is Mikhail's back. As Mikhail's back was injured, it was wounded by the tiger claws, and the vet has treated him for 3 weeks every day. So he was concerned about the wounds. So he greeted the rider of the Mikhail's and he asked him that how is Mikhail's back. Okay. So today we read the intro of this topic. I told you what are non-fictions. They are factual, they are real stories, and we read about Mikhail in the first 2 paragraphs. That in the first paragraph we have learned that Mikhail was injured and the vet, he treated him for 3 weeks, and when he was healed, when he was recovered, he was sent to the camp and some instructions were given to the Burman. And then in the second paragraph we read that after 2 months Mikhail was seen by the vet once again when he was brought to him for inspection, and he was washed in the creek, and the vet greeted the rider and he asked him that how is Makayo's pet. It's enough for today. What's your job? What you have to do? You have to read this text. If there is any difficult word which you don't understand, you have to take the dictionary and you have to find the meaning of those words. I think it's enough for today. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.